Good morning to all of you. Today we start our new chapter of class A 7th, which was the Cope and the Anthem. First of all, the poet name of this chapter is O. Henry. So now we start our chapter. This chapter, the sign of approaching winter were there. Birds had begun to fly south. People seemed to want new warm clothes. The dead leaves covered the ground. This approaching winter made Sophie restless. He had no home and no warm clothes. Yet 3 months in the prison on Blackwell's Island, he had been to prison several times with that purpose. Once again he made his small plans for going to the island. Sophie's first plan was to have some good dinner at some fine restaurant. Then he would say that he had no money. A cop would be called. He would be taken to a judge. The judge would send him to prison for 3 months. He entered a restaurant. The best food and the best people in their best clothes appeared here every evening. Unluckily, the head waited saw his broken old shoes while he was entering the restaurant. He quietly but quickly put him out. So he entered another restaurant. He was able to get food. After that, he announced that he had no money. He himself requested the waiter to call the court. Instead, the waiter threw him out on the hard street outside. Thus, his first plan to reach the prison didn't work. There was a shop with a wide glass window. Sophie took up a big stone and broke the glass. People came running. There was a cop also. Sophie admitted breaking the glass, but the cop's mind would not consider Sophie. Men who break windows glasses do not stop there to talk to cops. They run away as fast as they can. Thus, this plan of reaching the prison also failed. A fear caused Sophie. No cop would arrest him. He thought of something else to try. He came to a cop standing in front of a big theater. He began to shout as if he had too much to drink. The cop turned his back on Sophie. He said to someone standing near him, "It's one of those college boys. He won't hurt anything. We have orders to let them out." Shout. He was referring to Sophie as a college boy. Sophie was getting more and more restless. In desperation, he took away the umbrella of a man buying a newspaper. The man followed Sophie. He asked Sophie to give him back his umbrella. Sophie asked him to call the court standing at the corner. It turned out that the man himself had stolen the umbrella, so he didn't call the cop. He offered to give it to Sophie. Sophie threw away the umbrella. Now Sophie gave up all hopes of being arrested that day. He began to move towards Madison Square. He was going home, although it was only a seat in the park. At a quiet corner, he stopped. Here was his old childhood home. Sweet music came to Sophie's ears and seemed to hold him there. He thought of his childhood days. In the church he had mother's flowers and high hopes. There were friends and clean thoughts and clean thoughts. There was a sudden and wonderful change in his soul. He was how he had fallen. He saw the wasted time, his wrong desires, his dead hopes, and the lost power of his mind. He decided to fight to change his life. He wanted to make a man of himself again. There was still time. He was young enough. He would again find his old purpose in life. The sweet music had changed him. He decided to find work the very next day. The new thought had begun to take a firm hold on his mind. Just then Sophie felt a hand on his arm. It was a cop. He asked Sophie that he was doing there. Full of stress, new strength. Soapy began to argue with him. The court took Soapy with him. Next morning, the judge sentenced him to 3 months prison on Blackwell's Island. Thank you very much.